Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me Kagam. Okay you guys, so as I promised, today is Saturday and we're going to preview 22B and 22K bags and accessories. So obviously that is the autumn winter show for Big C, aka Chanel. Yeah, we have so much to get through, so we really need to just focus. We'll talk about the ready-to-wear as well, just briefly. I just wanted to focus mainly on the bags and the accessories because I know that's what most of you are interested in. I really hope you would consider fully subscribing and hitting notifications though. It's hard out here in these YouTube streets to get our videos seen at the moment. I don't know what's going on. I think there's been an algorithmic change, but I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe first before watching the rest of the video, and also join my Facebook group. It's linked below, and follow me on Instagram. It's linked below. Okay, let's start off here with this first bag. It looks like a tweed Deauville with like multicolored lettering. It looks like it's tweed to me. This is interesting. I feel like this is going to look way better in person. I feel like this looks way better in person. It does have a very strong autumnal, melancholic vibe to it, which I think people will like. This is not going to be everyone's cup of tea. I'm wondering whether that check rosette will also be part of the bag. I was thinking that maybe that was just an accessory that they did for the catwalk show, but it is interesting. Not everyone's cup of tea, but it is interesting. The next one here is this like purple check tweed hobo bag. I'm really glad to see hobos coming back. It's just really refreshing to see them coming back. I've been so tired seeing mini bags everywhere, and I know I'm a hypocrite because I feel like I would still buy a mini bag, but it's really great seeing hobos back. I feel like hobos are going to help usher in the era of bigger bags. I feel like bigger bags are coming back, they're on the way back, and we need to get ready for that. The next one is this one here. This looks like I don't know, kind of like a vanity, but it's like houndstooth. Again, I think this is also tweed. This is interesting. Whenever I think of tweed, I think of Chanel. I think of Karl Lagerfeld's final collection, in which the Chanel 19 was launched, and we saw these really beautiful, massive Chanel 19s in the houndstooth print. And this kind of reminds me of that. I wish Double V would reconsider bringing those Chanel 19s back. They're very much missed. The next one is something similar. It's in this kind of tweed print again. There's this one here that I wanted to talk about because I think this is very interesting. This looks much bigger than a lot of the other bags that we have seen on Chanel's catwalks in previous times. And I have thought this was just really interesting. There's something about it that I like, that I think is just, yeah, great for autumn, great for winter, great colors. I like the dimensions on this bag, and I think it looks very, very good. The next piece is this one here. It kind of looks like a minaudière, but it's not a minaudière. It is like a bag. It does have a massive flap front pocket. That kind of reminds me of the Big C heart bags from 22S. I'm sure this one will also do very well. There's this pink, again, kind of looks like a vanity. I think this is also tweed or fabric. Again, I love pink. Not crazy about this one though. There's something about it that isn't as like exciting for me as the others, but this one is also quite nice. I do like those massive oversized bracelets with the double C's. I do actually like those. Those look really good as well. Okay, and then after that, let's talk about this bag right here, which is this tweed, pink tweed, seasonal classic flap. I think this is super cute. This one is going to do very well. I'm not massive on their classic flaps, but I think that they look best in seasonal colors and seasonal finishes. I really like this one. I think it looks really good. There's this beautiful burgundy seasonal one. I think it also has shirling. I think this one is really, really nice. I really like this one. I think it's great. There's also this one here as well. And it's kind of like a dark green color. I love this ready to wear with, and you know I'm not massive on blue, but I do like this one. I think it's really, really nice. There's this seasonal burgundy flap, which looks cute, but notice here how they have released these like troll heart necklaces. They're like these troll pieces. These are going to go for a ton of money. I can just feel it. So if you're interested and you missed out on the hearts, maybe you can take one of their troll pieces. The next one here is this flap with a top handle, because you know Double V honey, she loves top handles. This looks like lambskin. This looks really, really interesting. It's not my cup of tea, but I'm sure it will do well. And there's also this one here. This looks like a mini, it looks like a mini wok of sorts. That's kind of what it looks like. It has a huge chain. I'm very curious about like what was their like reasoning for that one. I love this pink bag, and I think this is one of my favorites. I love this jacket as well. I think this jacket in the UK is going to be more than £10,000. The jacket that the model is wearing, I think, because I think in the US it's like 15K USD. It's very expensive. Don't quote me, but that's what I heard people saying in some Facebook groups. I love this pink flap. This is another seasonal piece. I think it's just so fun, and yeah, really, really love it. There's tons of tweed in this collection. If you don't like tweed, you're not gonna like these seasonal bags. There's this tweed bag here as well. People seem to, I don't know, I've seen people kind of talking about this one, being like, oh, what is that, you know? But again, you know, Chanel, honey, she loves her tweed, and no one does tweed like Chanel, so it was worth just sharing that one here. There's this interesting vintage looking backpack. Now, this piece, I think, is going to be huge. I think it's going to be a huge hit. I think if you like it, you need to reserve it. The reason why I think it's going to be huge is because I feel like it has a kind of vintage vibe to it, has a vintage feel. I think Chanel does have their ear to the streets, in this case, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and social media. And they know that vintage Chanel is super, super hot. It has a vintage feel to it that I think a lot of people will like. The next piece I want to show you is this red classic flap, again tweed. It's seasonal. This is interesting. If you like red, I'm not massive on red bags, although I am starting to warm up to them. I do think some of them look really nice, so I thought I'd show you this one. There's also this purple check seasonal bag as well, which I thought was quite interesting. I'm very curious about like the use of purple, because purple's been just such a huge color this year and so many people have loved it, so I'm curious about this one. This one looks better than the one that we're going to look at now, which is this kind of like patchwork seasonal flap. I'm not crazy about this, I have to say. I'm not a massively huge fan. There's also this tweed seasonal bag, which I think is also really cute, really darling. I really like this one here. It is monochrome. It looks really good. That's going to look really nice with black, with gray, with neutrals. I think a lot of people will love it. Look at this huge bag right here, which is gray. I think it's gray and black. I think this is really interesting. And we've been talking in the group about, are these bags back, like bigger bags, are they back? Do people really want them anymore? I feel like they're coming back, and Chanel is dedicated and determined to make people like them. I'm wondering if this is like a seasonal version of the 22. I don't think so, but I do think it was interesting. There is a vanity here in black, which I think is really beautiful, very classic looking. I really like that one. And then there's this really cute seasonal piece, which I think is going to be so darling, so successful. It has a patent finish. I think I covered a version of it before, and that was like another version, yeah, that I just wanted to quickly show you. And yeah, that's pretty much it when it pertains to Big C's bags. They do have these troll necklaces, as I've told you. They're kind of like necklaces slash crossbody heart bags that I told you about. There's some others that I'll just put up on the screen. I mean, to be honest, these are not bags. I mean, people are calling them mini bags, micro bags. They're not. They look like necklaces, or they look like almost like jewelry. I'm pretty sure they're not going to count as bags like when you're trying to buy them. They're very, very small. Don't forget that these are catwalk photos, so they really do look blown up, but they're actually incredibly small. I wanted to also just quickly show you just some jewelry. I'll put it up on the screen so we can talk about it, just that costume jewelry. So there's a bunch of different costume jewelry accents that I thought you guys would find interesting. There are a lot of bigger bangles, lots of big bangles, lots of necklaces. You know, just typical Big C costume jewelry, because you know Big C, she knows how to do costume jewelry. So that's pretty much it when it pertains to Chanel 22P, Chanel 22K. But as most of you know, this is just the catwalk preview. They're going to be, you know, racks and racks and racks of other bags and products to purchase, as we know. And of course, when we get closer to launch date, I will let you know. So right now, 22S is in boutiques. 22A is Métier d'Art, which we've already covered, and that will come out in stores, I think in boutiques in June. and then 22B/22K, but really 22B, which will be the pre-collection of this, will be in boutiques from say August, and 22K should be in stores in I think 22K will be like end of September/October. So it's truly is like an autumn winter collection. I'll be very curious to know what you guys think. Are you planning to pick out any bags from this catwalk? Are you planning on any of the ready to wear? I remember a few weeks ago, I did preview some of the press and porter on my Instagram stories. A few of you told me that you have reserved bits from ready to wear. Some of you told me you've already reserved things from bags and accessories and things like that in costume jewelry. So I think it's worth really getting on really getting on the saddle, as it were, for Chanel's 22B and 22K bags, ready to wear and accessories, because I just feel like right now there is so much competition to shop from these brands. I don't even know how people deal with the stress of shopping from these houses, because there's just so much competition and so many people are trying to score these bags. It's a very tweed heavy collection. It's incredibly tweed heavy, but of course all of the classics will be back. To my knowledge, the Coco Handle and the Trendy skip season. So right now it's the Trendy's season, the 22S season. The collection right now has the Trendy. 22A will have the Coco Handle. So 22B should have the Trendy. So what we've just seen here. But don't forget, what we've seen on the catwalk is 22B and 22K. It's very difficult to know right now because obviously they do the catwalk show together and then they split it into two collections. It's hard to know right now what we've seen, whether it's 22B or 22K, but generally speaking, everything that I've shown in this video is 22B/22K, so we'll know closer to the time. And then after 22B, in 22K, you will see the Coco Handle again. It goes without saying that the Chanel 19 is a classic, so you will see it in every single collection. It will be there. So of course, for 22B and 22K, I'm sure they'll make some beautiful ones. I hope they would consider like relaunching or re-releasing the Houndstooth Chanel 19s. I have a feeling in tweed. I have a feeling because this is such a tweed heavy collection, they might actually consider doing that, which I think would be so amazing. So I would love to know what you think about this entire collection and this sneak preview from bags, accessories, ready to wear. What are you guys going to be scoring? What are you guys going to be doing? When it pertains to me and Chanel, I'm just going to wait until I go traveling next. I don't really feel good about ordering Chanel being so far away without being there in the boutique. Like, I don't mind with big LV, big H. I don't mind like using a personal shopper for those ones, but I don't really trust. I don't really trust Big C, honey. Like, I need to see her stuff in person first and make my own judgment. But the things I saw in January were super beautiful. So I'd love to know what you think about all of that. Just before I go, I wanted to kind of get your opinion of what you guys think of something. So I was in this Facebook group, and there was this person, and she was talking about how her Big C essay like actually just ignores her messages, basically ignores her messages, reads them, ignores them, doesn't respond, and then people were like, well, do you think that you spend money? Are you like good at spending, or are you not spending enough like for her to care? And then some people were getting annoyed at people saying that. I thought it was super interesting. I thought it was really, really interesting, to be honest with you, because I feel like luxury essays at the moment have so much power just because the demand for their products is so incredibly high. So people are easily just being thrown, honestly, it's not terrible, but people are just being thrown out, honey, okay? So she was like, should I, dump her? Should I cancel her? Should I dump her? So I wanted to know if your Big C essay starts ignoring you, is not responding to your messages, is not getting back to you about bags and jewelry and ready to wear anything, would you dump them? Would you move on? Although I feel like if you buy ready to wear, your Big C essay is going to get back to you. If you buy fine jewelry, you buy their watches, definitely if you're like, hey, I want to buy a couture piece, your Big C essay will get back to you. But what do you do when your Big C essays starts to ignore you and not get back to you? So I'd love to know what you guys think about that one. I feel like right now, the best way to look at this is a business relationship and not to take it personally. I know it's easy for me to say that, but don't take it personally. It's just business. I want to give a good example. So there was this company that my company and I, we used to do like a lot of work together, and then all of a sudden they just went dark. They stopped responding to emails. They stopped responding to emails. They wouldn't pick up the phone. I called them, I was sending emails, and then finally I Googled them and they've gone out of business. like that happens. So it's also possible that you're contacting your SA and that person maybe has been sacked, or maybe they've left their job. And I really don't like it when luxury SAs leave their job and don't tell clients. I don't think that's cool, but I think some people don't care. They're like, whatever, I'm leaving this job at Big C. So don't be surprised if the person is no longer working there. Like, this is a company I've worked with and I thought, we had a good relationship, but they've actually gone out of business. So I think what was happening was I was sending emails and reaching out to them for work, and they weren't getting back to me because they were too embarrassed and ashamed maybe to say that they had gone out of business. Whereas all they would have had to do is just respond and say, hey, we're not currently trading at the moment, and we won't be trading for the foreseeable future. I'm a business person. Like, I know what that means, that they're not, currently doing business, and business is hard. And I would have respected that. I was sending emails and emails and emails and calling them and not hearing back, So I think in the example for SAs, it's also possible that person doesn't work at Big C anymore. That's why they're being ignored. However, if they're reading the messages and they are serving other clients, then yeah, it's possible that maybe the SA has dumped you as well. So I'd love to know what you guys think about that. Make sure you're fully subscribed to my channel, you hit notifications. Don't forget to fully subscribe. I do 3 videos a week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I haven't done a chatty get ready with me video in ages in my new home, so I thought it could be fun to do one. If you're interested, drop me a question and say it's for the Get Ready With Me, right? GRWM, like for the Q&A, Get Ready With Me. And then if there are enough questions, I will answer them, and I'll do a chat to Get Ready With Me next week. If you have enough questions, ask luxury questions. I'm happy to answer any and all of your questions if you have any, or maybe you can leave a topic that you want me to react to and give my opinion on, so you can let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon next week in my next video.